Hello and welcome back to the review realm. It's Siena and today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on Taylor Sheridan's newest show, Landman, which just wrapped up its season 1. And this video will not contain any spoilers, just a very basic plot overview and my thoughts as well. So let's get into it. So Landman follows a man named Tommy, and he is played by Billy Bob Thornton, and he is an executive crisis manager basically for a oil company. And the show basically follows his work life and also his personal life as well, and how they intertwine in the different conflicts that he is facing in his day-to-day life. And Tommy has 2 children, an older son who is trying to get into the oil industry, and then he also has a young daughter who is 17 years old, and she is basically like a typical blonde high schooler that you would think of. And her character is hilarious. And then Tommy also has a ex-wife named Angela, and she's probably the funniest character in this whole show. They did a great job, and like the chemistry between the characters, everything is like great. And you'd also believe that they're all related. Like this is Tommy and Angela's like actual kids. Like I'd believe it. Like whoever the casting director was, A+. And then Tommy also lives with 2 other gentlemen who also work for the oil company, and one's a lawyer and one's an engineer. And basically the family's dynamic is hilarious. And this show does a really good job of mixing humor and also heart throughout it. And within the first 2 episodes, there is a conflict, like a sad moment that does happen. And you can really feel it, even though you like just met these people and you're like, I don't know why I'm sad, but I am. And like they made me actually care about these characters. And throughout this show, you are seeing different injuries and people losing their life. And it really does show the dangers of the oil industry. But it also showed, like, as an audience member, you're like, who's gonna be next? Like, no one is safe. No character is safe. They could eliminate all these characters. And I think that's great as an audience member, because you're like, oh, they won't kill this person, so why does any of this matter? Where in Landman, I'm like, they could literally kill everyone. Like, at this rate, anything's possible. And I just think it adds overall to the whole show. Another creative decision that I really loved that Landman did was Tommy is also dealing with like the cartel and other people who do work in the oil industry, and some of them do speak Spanish, and they don't like put up closed caption when those characters are speaking Spanish. So if you don't have any closed captions on, you just start hearing Spanish and you have no idea what they're saying. At least I do, because I don't speak Spanish. Like I can pick up a few words here and there, but overall I had no idea what they're saying. But with the acting, you could get the overall point. You're like, oh, they're just joking around, or oh, he's probably threatening someone, and things like that. So it was a really good creative decision, because you're like the character, like Tommy, like you don't know what they're saying, and I think it just was a really smart move. At first I was like, that's kind of weird, because typically it'll tell you what they're saying, but not knowing something as an audience member, I think added to it, at least if you don't speak Spanish. And this show, so Taylor Sheridan, who created the show, he wrote the show, and I believe he directed like the first 2 episodes. And he is also the creator for Yellowstone. So if you really liked Yellowstone, then you'll probably like Landman as well. And he is just raking it in. Taylor Sheridan, he's like also a part of Tulsa King. Basically almost like any good show that's out these days, he's probably a part of. Like you could place your money on it. And this show was super good. Paramount has not said if there is going to be a season 2 yet. And if they don't do a season 2, it should be a crime, because this show, one, really I felt like set up a season 2 really well. Like this season, if I had to describe it, was really, it had like its own story, but it's also setting up a lot for future seasons, which I think is going to be probably better than the first season, hopefully. You know, everyone always wants the second season to be better, but that doesn't always happen like that. And I would give it the first season a solid 8.2. I really enjoyed it. I laughed. And I also got to care about these characters, and the dynamic is just hilarious. But if you have seen it, let me know in the comment section down below, or if you're planning on to, and what your thoughts were on it. And I hope you have a great day. Bye!